Good morning, this is Jack from YourShot.net, and this is a pre-market recording for the morning of Friday, the 2nd of August. Our disclaimer, we do this for educational purposes only. We're here to share analysis with you. We hope you can take some of what we're doing, learn from it, transfer our trading charts. We're not here to issue trading signals. Right. Yesterday morning I was saying there wasn't a bad setup for a hard fail, and, well, we got a hard fail. So where does that leave us today? Well, it leaves us on the futures charts with quite a lot of positive divergence short term. Now, maybe that we're just going to go lower and kill that off, but I don't think we're going to go an awful lot lower. And I'll show you why on the daily chart. But certainly, could we go down another 30 or 40 handles today? Yes, but after that, we'd start running into the 3SD lower bound. And generally speaking, that tends to be pretty good sport. But yeah, that is on the table. We've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing here on ES. We've got one brewing on NQ. We don't have one brewing on RTY. I mentioned that there was a nice looking potential level top there. That has broken down, and that hasn't made target yet, and really, I'm kind of expecting it to. So I think chances are we're going to go a bit lower, not necessarily today, and that may well kill off the divergences on the other charts if we do it sooner rather than later. YM, we've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing there. DAX, we've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing, and on ESTX, we've got one too. So 5 out of 6, we've got positive divergence on the hourly chart. We could see that play out, see some buy signals, and see a rally, which is kind of a Friday-ish thing to do. In terms of targets, we've made lower lows on ES, no current targets. We've made lower lows on NQ, no current targets. Nice resistance trend line though. So I'll be watching that, but no obvious trend line target. I've been looking. I'm going to have another look. I'm going to have a deeper look at the weekend, but at the moment I'm not seeing any obvious trend line targets here. We have got on NQ, we've got this open head and shoulder target. I've got that in the, let's have a quick look exactly, 18320 area. We haven't reached it yet. Chances are we're going to. The other pattern is the RTY pattern. That's got alternate targets either at 2070 or about 2055, and I'm expecting to reach the 2070 target. So I don't think we're done to the downside. We're likely to see at least some more. It could be quite a lot. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. Alrighty then. Okay. Looking at the bigger picture. What did we see? What did we see yesterday? Well, as I mentioned in the morning, we were seeing a fail at the monthly pivot, the new monthly pivot, and it was a strong one. And on NDX, we did exactly the same, except that was a more precise touch. If you have a look at the new monthly pivots on ES and NQ, that was monthly pivots, broke over it, just failed to convert. NQ, almost an exact touch, possibly an exact touch, but I think just below it, and then went down. So that's decent resistance on the upside, and that's pretty clearly established where the resistance is. In terms of the daily chart, SPX, hang on. All right, SPX did a nice touch of the daily middle band, found resistance there, and has rejected. Are we going to see more today? Yes. I think that's very likely. Sorry, this is yesterday's chart. I thought I'd got rid of that actually. Right, okay, this is what I opened up this morning, so I've got two lots open. So that is looking pretty good. We've made a lower low, but as soon as we get down to the current low 53.90 area, which obviously we're significantly below on ES at the moment, then we need to be aware that the daily middle band, the 3SD lower band, is at 53.12. Now, we went, in terms of a lower low, we went significantly lower overnight. It wasn't huge, but nonetheless significant. We had the previous low at 54.34, and we actually made it down to 60 handles lower, which is not small. We're still in potential overall bull flag territory, but in terms of the 3SD lower band, that actually is getting us into, had we done that on here, that would have had us down, getting down probably into about the 53.35 area maybe. It's so that's actually only about 20 handles above the the 3SD lower band. Now that's going to be a bit lower today, but it's not going to be an awful lot lower. I'd say in terms of if we see a decline to start off with today, I wouldn't really expect to see this go down much below 53, 45 to 40. Any lower than that, we start hitting the 3SD lower band, and that tends to be pretty good support. We may well just find we do a rally with these 60-minute buy signals play out. Deliver, play out. We see a rally, just a partial rally, maybe back to the 55-10 area or something might give us that would probably make most of the bicycle targets. We might see that today, but if we are going to see some more downside, I'm not expecting it to be a very hard amount of downside. We're going to likely find some support here. What we would do probably though is make the head and shoulder target on NQ and make the head and shoulders make the double top target on RTY. Both of those are looking pretty good. Now the other thing I was saying yesterday was unless the other indices joined in, this wasn't going to be much of a decline. This is RTY joining in. And this is out also a daily RSI 14 sell signal fixed on RTY. And actually this morning, today, we're likely to see the RSI 5 sell signal, which fixed at the same time, make target. Dow made it to a lower low. We've got participation there too. So we are getting participation from the others. I'm thinking we may well see a rally today, but if in terms of further downside, yeah. If we've got participation from the others, we can go lower, no question. How much lower? I don't know. I really need to crunch the charts over the weekend. And I need to have a look at the potential flag setups here. But I wasn't seeing, when I was looking on the 15 and the hourly charts, I wasn't seeing anything that really sprang to the eye, and sometimes nothing does. What I would say is we've got a really, really nice support level down here at 51.91, possibly the back test of this prior high at 52.64. There are a couple of targets about 100 to 150 handles lower, which do look attractive and which would make nice looking support levels. Am I thinking we might get down to this big support level down here at 49.50? Too early to say. But possibly. But at the moment, it's that would really might require another 3 weeks to reach. We'll see how that goes. At the moment, we're still in the process of the daily middle band turning down. Okay, let's have a look at cryptos. Now, cryptos, it might be Monday morning's post, but what I was looking at here was Solana. We've seen a large retracement yesterday, and we had buy signals fixed. This is an RSI 14 buy signal fixed on Solana. This is one fixed on Bitcoin. Right there, and these haven't made target yet, and they tend to be fairly reliable. They don't always work out. That one here failed, but 1, 2, 3, and this one here failed too. So we've got 3 out of 5 made the targets. Nope, actually this one failed too. I'm going to mark it in. Okay, that's 2 out of 5 made the target. That's less impressive. The sell signals have all been making target, but the buy signals less so. We'll see how this one does, but we've got positive divergence, 60-minute buy signals fixed on Bitcoin and Solana. I was talking about, there's someone who's suggesting a possibility that we could go lower from here, and I actually drew out his scenario, which is something I've been considering. And if we break the daily middle band with force, because we've got the weekly middle band at 159, and we've got the daily middle band at 171. I'm leaning towards this holding here and nice buy signals here. If it fails, I've drawn in what the obvious target would be on a hard fail, and that would be that this original flag triangle is turning into a flag wedge, and that would have the obvious trendline support down here at about the 110 to 113 area, and we could do that. And it is definitely something I have considered, but at the moment I'm quite liking support here. We did manage to hold it yesterday. We'll see whether we manage to hold it today, because of course today is the last day of the week, and this is a weekly setup. Is there an equivalent setup for going lower really on Ethereum and Bitcoin? Not really. This is a Solana only setup. So I'm going to do a post about that either today or over the weekend or on Monday morning. So in the event that we break down, at the moment we've got buy signals and we've got a decent chance of holding this level. We will see. All right, looking at DX. DX has broken down. So this has made a lower low with some force. No current positive divergence. No strong reason to think it's going to bounce here, but obviously we do have a potential level bottom set up. We could bounce here. This was a nice break up and fell back into the low, which is now delivered. ZB is still going up, and I'm not seeing anything currently really suggest it's about to stop. I was looking at the TNX chart. I'm just going to show you that quickly. And I was looking at the daily chart here. I do have a couple of potential trend lines here. I've got one here in about the 34.5 area. I've got a big level in about the 32 area, but at the moment it looks like we're going for that, and we're going to be making a larger flag. And we've already basically just broken this level here at 37.85. Chances are this is going to go lower. So at the moment, I've really got no reason to think this is about to turn. We've broken up, and that needs to be respected. CL. I was talking about the potential inverted head and shoulders here, and we reached the right shoulder. We were forming a right shoulder, and we have fell back into the low. Now, this could be a double bottom, but if it isn't, then I haven't got a head and shoulder target anymore, but I've got a potential trend line that we could be hitting triangle support in about the 72 area, and we could be looking at that. No current positive divergence. NG is trying very hard to hold the 2 level. If it fails, and we've already been as low as 197, then I've got an open target in the 187 area, and I'd be leaning towards a very possible retest of the lower 152 at that stage. GC has got up higher nicely, liking the upside here with the dollar doing what it's doing. SI has gone a bit higher, needs to get over the monthly pivot and convert that to support. HG, this almost fell back into the low, and I'm kind of leaning towards it doing that, which it normally would do a full retest of the low. Waiting to see. I'm wondering whether a lot of this is about the economy slowing, and it might be. Dr. Copper, of course, indicator of the economy's health, and I don't think the economy, the America may be going into recession. Things do seem to be slowing down. Okay, KC. KC still looks like a bull flag, but it's looking a little long in the tooth. I'd like to see this break up. Thought about it yesterday, and we've got a really nice resistance trend line, but it didn't break up. I'd like to see some movement to the upside, break over the monthly and weekly pivots. Monthly pivot, of course, will be the same for the rest of the month. Weekly pivot ends today, but breaking that level there, 234, and I'd be liking a retest of the high. SB, failing back into the low. This would, if we find support there, that would make a very nice looking second low of a double bottom. CC, still expecting to see a retest this low here. Very slowly wending its way towards it. Bit of positive divergence here, not an awful lot. ZW, still nice looking double bottom. Corn, okay looking double bottom. Soy, still not a bad looking potential nested double bottom here. I'm still liking these for a rally. Stan's looking for a big rally on these, and he could get up. CT, double bottom here is almost fell back into the low, kind of leaning towards it going all the way and retesting that low. Lumber, still thinking about the double bottom that it's broken up with targets in the 535 and 545 area. Live cattle has broken down below this rising support. Now, I was saying that this was a disturbingly nice looking double top. If this had a sustained break below the 181.7 area, we would be looking at a target in about the 174.70 area, which would be down here. So that is really a significant size, and I'm waiting to see if that's going to break down from here. But at the moment, it's starting to look as though it will break down. Lean hogs. Likely heading back up to the high, and this, but this could be an A, B, C flag, in which case we can see a low before it then likely goes back to the high. Okay, great. Let's have a look at questions, of which we have none at the moment. All right, let's just have a quick review here. We could head down today. We've got downside targets, particularly on NQ. and RTY, and I'm expecting to see those targets made. But we've got quite a lot of positive divergence. We could just go down and kill off all that divergence. But if we do go lower, I'm just very aware that take another 30 or 40 handles below the overnight low, and we will be in the 3SD lower band area. That is an area where we very, very, very much have a history of bouncing. So if we do see that, it's a long. Unless we get unless we get a Lehman Brothers fail or something. Generally speaking, you will get a bounce close to that. So I would be looking for that. So if we do see immediate downside, that's what I'd be looking for. Otherwise, if we see some of these positive divergences fix, I'd be looking for a rally today, and that's a pretty Friday-ish thing to see. So we shall see. All right. Thanks, Doug. It's anyway. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the other side. All right. Cheers.